Okay, I'm just gonna do a little before season and mid-season and towards the end of the season video on my garden, just so I can kind of use it as a reference. All right, nothing in here going on yet, but these are squashes. So far, here's what I got going on. Anyway, I got little beans starting to come up right there. I guess you can see it. See the little guy right there? And I've got 6 of them in here, and I'll just leave the 4 best ones when that's done. And I come over here, because it's really early season and the pepper plants aren't tall, this will be good ground cover. That's all radishes all around it. And that's orange habanero peppers. This is Big Bertha Bell pepper and got radishes in the bottom too. So these will all die out once that gets going tall. We'll harvest those. These are, I call them mystery plants. They just started growing in one of my pots, and I'm not sure what I had in there, so we'll find out. Sweet better bells, they call them. This is my okra. It's a little early in the season, but they're starting to pop up. They need a lot of heat before those things start going. They've even got some little tiny jalapenos, or no, there's garden salsa peppers. See them right there? A couple of them. They're getting going. More tomato plants, a couple of squash, and I know I'm overloading these pots, but I don't really want them to produce that fast or they'll go to waste. I don't even know what kind of pepper plant I have there. That's jalapeno. And this is a hot cayenne pepper. This is going to be garlic chives. This is another compost pile. I thought about maybe starting potatoes in there. This is garlic chives. These I've had for a few years. More tomato plants. And I know you're not supposed to put more than 2 in a bucket, but these are a little big, so I think I'll get something out of it. These are really starting to look good already. Look at all these tomatoes on these. These are the small fruited tomato sweet 100s. Pretty nice plant though. Another, this was the big husky cherry red. Got a few wanting to pop out on that already too. And a couple of Beefmaster tomato plants there. These are going to be onions, and this is how small they are. Let's see, you might be able to just see them popping up right there. They're that small. Just brand new. A bunch of little seedlings you can see. Maybe right all in here. It's going to cover this whole thing. I'm just going to use that for onion chives for salads and things. This is another jalapeno. Some strange carrots that I just stuck in there to keep from going bad. Another little tiny, just a branch that I've planted to save. Mint. Really, this stuff is fantastic. Really strong. And this is spinach, not popping up yet. This is my strawberry thing. So they're just going to grow and vine down. Then I'll plant the stems down here in the bottom when they come in, just because I had it. Some romaine lettuce. This is going to be kale, which is all planted. It's just not up yet. Like I said, this will be before and after, so, or later in the season. I've got all kinds of little spots to plant in. These over there on the back wall, you see the 2 pots hanging. I've got string up here holding these that I might hang a few from, and I'll end up tying the tomato vines with. Beans, got a few pots up here. This is a few things planted over here. I'm not sure what yet. I'm not positive if those are squash or what. I think they're spaghetti squash. Got to plant something here. More squash, a bunch of random things. Usually whatever pops up in my compost pile, I'll just plant it somewhere random, and it's just kind of extra. Another squash going, all kinds. You can see the little things. I call these the mystery plants. These look like tomatoes. I see them coming up in my composting, and as they pop up, I just plant them in something. Got something pretty good popping up in there. So as they do, I save them, at least some of them. Anyway, so there's our garden. Everything up in a pot until I get more soil. Anyway, that's the start.